Hey everyone, this is Justin. This is going to be the Justin Browser recap for January 2026. I haven't posted a video in about I think over a month now, and the last one was about HyperCanvas. So just like a quick recap. So I'm working on this web browser project. It's like a personal hobby project, and previously I was working on this design for a web browser called HyperCanvas. So the spatial canvas web browser, kind of like Figma, but for web browser. You can zoom in, zoom out, spatially reorient websites, stuff like that. But over the past month, I've radically changed the design to be this current grid-like design you can see here. Click around to navigate the grid, stuff like that. And kind of just want to recap what's been happening. First of all, I had a talk that I did on January 30th. Is this like values based software talks and demos, hosted by Connie. Thank you, Connie, for hosting such a fun event. And basically, in that talk, I kind of went over this current browser, just like conceptual ideas I have over this. It was like a screenshot of that talk, and yeah. So brief, I guess 1 minute recap of what the talk was about. So the fundamental primitive that I'm interested in for browsers is the window. I think that windows are more interesting than tabs because they are this like spatially orientable object. They have this like tangibility that tabs don't have. And with windows, you can like move them around. You can like resize things. You can see a lot of windows at once, and then thus you can get this like better context of like the space you are in, the space that you're navigating for your web browser. So I wanted to create some type of interface that uses windows as the primitive, but isn't like a typical spatial canvas, because the typical spatial canvas interface comes with a lot of just kind of like issues where it's you have to like manually pan around and make sure you have the exact correct viewport. It's kind of difficult to do that in just a raw spatial canvas interface like Figma. So yeah, That's a quick recap. So I still don't have a name for the browser, so I was looking for like name suggestions. And I think, yeah, also like some people have been requesting to like download it, so I do want to get this like at least like a minimum downloadable thing out pretty soon. I really hate setting deadlines for myself. I don't operate in that mode. But hopefully February, even though I don't like deadlines. Like there was this quote from Local Thunk. Yeah. I'm working slowly, but I like it that way. I love getting sucked into rabbit holes, and I don't like trying to force things creatively. I have never before Ballotro set a deadline for any of my creative projects, and now I realize how important that is for my process. So I also don't like setting deadlines. So we'll see if I end up releasing a downloadable thing. I don't know, maybe. So yeah, what next? I guess also part two of this recap is like I want to just I guess go more into a little of the design decisions I made recently regarding the browser, and yeah. So there's a couple things. So yeah, again, focusing a lot on the grid. So I focus a lot on making these mini map interactions super smooth, where you can kind of just like drag things to resize. I actually don't like this drag thing. I kind of want to make it more a discrete thing because it's a grid, so the grid has distinct dimensions. You can make the viewport, or like I mean, discrete, like integer values, not these decimal values. The decimal values look cool and they're good for like an in between thing, but the user will only be in the state of having integer values for the dimensions. What else is there? I got rid of scrolling. So before you were able to like scroll up and down if you were in this kind of like dead zone. So right now I'm trying to scroll on my trackpad. It's not doing anything because I disabled scrolling. And the reason I disabled scrolling is because if you use scrolling as a movement mechanic in the browser, it becomes confused with the scroll in the website itself. So there's so many instances, countless instances, where I would accidentally hover out of the website, scroll a little bit to see more of the website itself, and then I would accidentally completely move my viewport into the wrong place. So I made the like kind of tough decision to just completely remove it. Scrolling did look cool, where you can kind of have these like in between positions, and you can like rapidly move around. But I kind of realized I needed to remove it to just like simplify the interaction. So now the only way to move around is you click adjacent things in the grid, or you click minimap things. You click the minimap cell to jump around. So yeah. Another thing is just interactions I've been caring about. So yeah, hover over cell to reveal full title. So if I hover over any cell, it'll like reveal the full length title. It's not perfect yet. It's just a prototype, but I do want to be able to see the full title. The other big thing you're probably seeing more clearly now is this like hover over minimap will reveal a preview of the website feature. So I'm like hovering over Justin Browser and it'll show me a Justin Browser website. And this is not this is a live preview. This is not just a screenshot. So if I replay this video, go to another thing, and I hover over it, you can see the video is like fully going, So yeah, there's that. What else is there? Yeah, it's the window metaphor. Viewport selectors. I fixed a lot of the bugs regarding viewport selector movement. There was basically this like very obscure like CSS scroll snap bug. I think it's some Chromium level bug where like it would moving the viewport selector in one axis would cause the viewport to slide in the opposite axis or the other axes, and like it would just like screw everything up. And I did like a really disgusting CSS hack to kind of hard code a fix for that. So now it should be basically working like super smoothly. Yeah. So that's like, I think that's most of the like feature recaps for the browser. More like a bookkeeping meta discussion would be like, how often am I going to post YouTube videos? I think before I used to post YouTube videos just like demo features and stuff, but now I've noticed I prefer actually just doing this directly in the Justin Browser Arena channel, because it's kind of this like, I guess like lower stakes like thing to add it to just like a arena block, have a small video, have a description, and I can like also add this to other channels. So it's a little bit more ergonomic for me. And I think I'm going to reserve like maybe like longer form or like, I don't know, more like professional, I guess, things for the YouTube channel. So that's yeah. So the YouTube video frequency might decrease. I think that's the main just bookkeeping thing. Besides, I mentioned before, I do maybe will have release sometime in February, or like pre-alpha release. But yeah, and I'm gonna end this with like this quote. I think when I was working on the presentation, I was thinking a lot about this quote. It's like, I'm figuring this out as I go. One's ability to articulate an idea always lags behind the understanding of the idea, and the understanding of an idea often lags behind the embodiment in which it is first given life. It can take a surprising amount of time to come to understand what a prototype is trying to say, and longer still to say it oneself. So I think when I started this project out, I was just kind of like loosely thinking of the idea of like spatial movement in web browsers and how that's like lacking. And I think why this quote resonated for me was like, I think the creation of the prototype informs the idea itself, and it is kind of this like cycle, and it takes a long time to like articulate what the idea ends up being, and the attempt to articulate it further grows the idea itself. So these things are all kind of like interconnected, I feel like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's about 10 minutes, so I'm going to end the video. Goodbye.